I'm going to be reading Milk and Honey Devotional by Cambria Joy. John, a taste of being known. I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me. John 10:14. I stood on the edge of a cliff overlooking the water while my husband surfed the last light of the day. There's nothing like the golden hour. The sun-dripped coastline is magical, heavenly. I decided to take a short walk along the sea cliff with our little dog to get to one of my favorite lookouts. I gazed down from above the water to see all the surfers sprinkled throughout the lineup and tried to spot which one was mine. With all of them in wetsuits and the strong sun glare, I thought, how am I going to know which one is Bo? Then I spotted him. I knew for certain, not because I could see his face, but because I knew his paddle. I just knew. You know how you can hear someone in your family walk through the house and you recognize the person by the sound or the footsteps? You just know. Once I knew I was looking at him. I could tell he was looking for me. No doubt he wondered if I was still there. Sometimes in our faith, we find ourselves out there too, paddling back and forth and looking around for God, wondering if he is even there anymore. Is he really with us? Does he really know what I'm going through? It can be hard to believe that he's with us because we're not yet face to face, but may we always remember and know with certainty that even though we don't see him, he's never lost sight of us. God more than sees us, he intimately knows us. He knows our paddle on the water and how we walk down the hall. As the psalmist declared, you know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. Psalm 139:2. Down to the hairs on your head, you're fully seen and deeply known. But it doesn't stop there. It says his own know him as he knows us. Do you feel like you intimately know God? We're all invited to answer that question. That's the key, invited. Think about that. We are invited to intimately know God in a way that we know the sound of his voice and the way he moves in our lives. Then we're invited to get lost inside his heart and simultaneously find ourselves there. How can it be possible to really know the one who says, for as heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. That we like distance is that apartness that is hard to bridge, right? The good news, the best news, is that it doesn't stop there. We also read this promise, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Jeremiah 29:13. This might be the most interesting thing about God. He can be entirely unsearchable and completely known. God is very much both and. He's not one or the other. He is one and the same. He is both the lion and lamb, the servant and the king, divine and human, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. The list goes on and on. To know God is constantly pull him out of the box we try to put him in, and let him invite us back into his heart, where a familiar road regularly winds into the unknown. May we take the time to get to know God. May our hearts fall in love with his. May he show us his character plainly and simultaneously, invite us to search out his nature in the depths of the ocean that is Scripture. We don't ever have to be afraid that he won't be found. There will just simply be more of him to know. May we hear his familiar footsteps approach the door of our heart and then open the door with curiosity in our soul. I know him. What will he show me today?